we should not accept that hearing loss is a part of military service.
The military is by nature a loud environment. I think that culturally, we just assume that our hearing is one of the things that we're going to lose as part of our military service.
We think that because of our duties, it's a natural consequence.
When you go into this environment called the United States military and you realize that all the things they're asking of me, you have to yourself say, okay, I have to take care of my hearing.
But it's not always obvious to an 18-year-old kid that he could lose his hearing or she could lose her hearing, and the impact of that not only on their quality of life, but on their ability to perform their job duties and their role as a military member.
The aging process alone is hard on hearing, never mind the noise environment you're going to be in.
When it comes to noise exposure and noise-induced hearing loss, that's always preventable.
Even though it does occur as a result of some individual's service, if they're exposed to hazardous noise, we shouldn't accept that as a byproduct. We should be working more on prevention and ensure that these folks are not losing their hearing.
Don't assume that you have to sacrifice any part of your body to include your hearing just because you want to serve your country.
Hearing is a one-shot deal. If you don't take care of it, and we don't make sure that you're taking care of it, you're going to end up with hearing loss that lasts a lifetime.
The message is getting out there that the hearing loss can be prevented, there are things you can do, and we're able to leverage technology and commercially available products to help us do that.
Especially in the 21st century where we have advancements in technology and we have the ability to provide our service members the tools to protect their hearing.
I think DoD does have a responsibility to make sure that hearing conservation and hearing protection is a very forward message to everybody who's joined and everybody who is serving currently.
In order for hearing conservation within the services to be an effective program, it really takes military leadership.
It is absolutely important for leadership to get involved in this whole process of hearing preservation.
Commanders and senior enlisted advisors are really where the rubber meets the road.
If the commander has emphasis, then the NCOs are going to understand that they have to support it. And if the NCOs support it and they enforce the steps that people have to take to protect themselves, then soldiers are going to comply.
Commanders need to be involved in that discussion and say, look, this is really the best you can do for yourself is to take care of your hearing so that down the road you're not looking back and wondering what happened.
We have to find what matters to those commanders. These are very caring people. These are people who don't want to put their soldiers in harm's way without having every tool and every chance of being successful in that environment.
It is critical for leadership to advocate the proper use of hearing protection for military members.
It's the right thing to do, and without that leadership buy-in, without that leadership enforcement, it's not going to happen.
But sometimes it's not always obvious to them what is the cost when it comes to hearing loss.
Hearing loss leads to higher risk, higher fatalities, higher injury rates.
There's mostly a tactical cost. There's a cost perhaps for retraining. There's certainly a cost for lower productivity.
Leadership should be jumping up and down the table stating that they want this protection for their soldiers.
The challenge is keeping that momentum going. This is an important topic. This is something that has to happen all the time. You have to keep focused on it.
It benefits the mission. The commanders need to have people that are fit to fight, and part of that is their hearing readiness.
We just need to make sure that we're providing our service members the necessary equipment and tools to accomplish that.
So if I can in any way raise the awareness of those who are wearing a uniform today or those who are joining the service, that hearing protection, hearing conservation, and being very attentive to what is going on in the noise environment around you, then I think that's an important message to take forward.
Here to live.